Hello everyone, ARG back today for some more baseball. Yes, with Out of the Park Baseball 22 on Christmas Day of all things. I mean, why not? It is 70 degrees where I live, so that's a nice day for baseball. So, yeah, spending some time here doing some baseball during Christmas Day. So today we have a short 2-game series against the Reds, and it's not going to be an easy one because we're going to be facing two pretty good pitchers. So we might have our work cut out for us during that short 2-game series. We're a little bit on a skid for the first time of the season. We've lost 3 games in a row, so we're struggling a little bit. It would be nice to bounce back here against the Reds. As far as the standing goes, with our little skid there, we are third in the East, 2 games back on the Phillies, 1 game back on the Braves, who are second. We have 1 injury in Jose Rosado, and other than that, we're pretty healthy and pretty good to go. Sorry, throat is bothering me a little bit. So we'll go ahead and get things started already. All right. Yeah, let's make some changes here to our lineup. All right, so one thing that I did is that I swapped back. I've put Olin as a setup guy, and I've put Gordon back as our closer. He's been doing a lot better than Olin. So we'll see what we do with that. Alright, let's see here. Alright, our friend Luis Polonia is going to be playing. We're going to put him in left. He's a lot more comfortable there. And our friend Ruben Rivera can play in right. He's okay playing there. And I think I want to go ahead and give a start to Jody Reed at shortstop. I'll go ahead and start Johnny Knott at first as well. Let's give him a start. We don't give him many starts. Terebick has been kind of struggling lately, so let's mix things up a little bit here. Hey FJ, Merry Christmas, buddy. How are you doing? I think I'm gonna go like that. Let's try it this way. And of course... Oh! So you scored pretty good on Christmas Day, huh? Got yourself a new phone. Alright, so one thing that I forgot to say about this game is we're facing Roger Clemens. Yeah, he's gonna be pretty tough. We're sending our number 5 starter, Gabe White, and the Reds are gonna go with Pokey Reese at second base leading off, followed by Mike Devereaux. He's hurt, but playing Barry Larkin, Jim Tatum, Paul O'Neill, Ansley Mullins, Charlie Hayes, and Rick Wilkins. One thing I forgot to do is take a look at their injuries and everything. Yeah, that's exactly what the baseball folks would say. So what kind of phone is it? Alright, play ball. We're playing at home, so hopefully we're gonna have the home field advantage where we have the fans in the stands. Go Expos! Oh yeah, that's the way to go. Don't give me no from that other company's crap. Alright, so Pokeree's leading off for the Reds. Gabe White on the mound for us. 0-1 to Reese. So you spent time with your parents and everything, I suppose. Are you back at your place now? Reese grounds it too short, and he is thrown out at first for out number 1. Gotcha. Mike Devereaux is next. Full count to him. And he struck out looking. Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. So what's a typical Christmas dinner in Norway? What do you guys do for Christmas over there as far as food goes? Alright, Barry Larkin now with 2 outs, 0-2 to him. Grounds it to third. The throw by Jeff King, and he's thrown out for out number 3. The Reds go down in order in the top of the first. We're going into the bottom of the first, where we're going to try to figure out how to beat Roger Clemens. Okay, that's fairly similar to over here. My girlfriend's mom decided to kind of mix it up this year. She decided to make lasagna, which I have no problems with that. I love lasagna, so... Yeah, lamb or fish would be a little bit different for over here, for sure. Alright, Delino the Shields leading off for us. 1-2 to Delino. Come on, the Shields. Help me get a win for Christmas. Grounds it too short. The throw to first, and that's out number 1. Luis Polonia bats next. 1-2 to him. And he struck out swinging. Kirby Puckett now with 2 outs. 2-0 to Kirby. That's it weakly to center. Devereaux after it. He's underneath it, and he catches it for out number 3. Alright, the Expos go down 1-2-3 as well. Jim Tatum leading off the second for the Reds. 2-2. Grounds it too short. The throw to first, and that's out number 1. Paul O'Neill is next with 1 out, 1-2. Grounds it to first. The throw to Gabe White covering first, and that's out number 2. Ensley Mullins is next with 2 outs, 1-0. It weakly to center. Kirby Puckett after it catches it for out number 3. The Reds go down in order again. Alright. Yeah, it was a very quiet Christmas for me. I'm not 20 anymore. I was in bed by 11 and I was out for the count. Yeah, the MLB is gonna get into a lockout, and there's definitely some chances that all or part of next season is not gonna happen. Right, Ruben Rivera is leading off the bottom of the second for us, 0-2, and he struck out looking. Charles Johnson is next, 1 out, full count to him. Grounds it too short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Jeff King now with 2 outs, no count to him. And that's it weakly to right, and that's got there by O'Neill for out number 3. The Expos go down in order again. That's true, just like, you know, the Habs are not disappointing you right now. Or the Sens for me, for that matter. Alright, Charlie Hayes is leading off the third for the Reds. Full count to him. That's it to center. Kirby Puckett after it. And he catches it for out number 1. All the way to the track. Rick Wilkins is next. 3-1 to him. And he walks. Yeah. They need They need to have Ed Ronan come in the room and have a real pep talk with the Habs. Alright, runner on first, one out. Roger Clemens is the batter. He's probably going to be bunting. And he is. And that's a successful sacrifice hit. So there's a runner in scoring position. 2 outs now for Pokey Reese. No count to him. Grounds. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. Alright. So the Reds are still alive in inning number 3. 2 outs, runners on first and third. Mike Devereaux is the batter. 2-2. That's it to right. Rivera's there and he catches it for out number 3. You're gonna need to do it on reverse because Montreal fans are never going to accept an English-speaking only coach. So you would have to have Stéphane Lebeau as the coach at the very least. And even then they would be really pissed to have a GM who only speaks English. Alright, Johnny Knott leading off the bottom of the third. Still no score here in Montreal. Full count to Johnny Boy. That's it really weakly. And Barry Larkin gets under it. And that's out number 1. Jody Reed is next with 1 out, 3-1 to him. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so we get a base hit here. So Jody Reed gets on base. There's 1 out. Gabe White is the next batter. He's probably going to bunt 0-2, but he missed the bunt. That's a strikeout. Alright, runner on first. 2 outs for Delino de Shields. 1-2 to him. Struck out swinging, and that's that. Alright, Barry Larkin leading off inning number 4 for the Reds. 1-1. Grounds it to third. Jeff King with the throw, and that's out number 1. Jim Tatum is next. 1-1. Oh, that's it to right. That's it really well. All the way to the fence, opposite field, extra base hit for Tatum. He's going all the way to third. And that's a triple. Hey, that works, man. That works. Stéphane Lebeau and André Racicot. Ed Ronan can be an assistant coach. I don't think they would care that much. So you can show the skills behind the net. Alright, so runner on third, 1 out. Paul O'Neill is the batter in this tight game. A strikeout would be beautiful here. 0-2. That's it, weakly to left. Is it deep enough? Paul O'Neill gets it. Nope, not deep enough. Alright, so the runner stays at third on the play. That's right. You got that completely wrong, but it's Christmas. I'm gonna let you have it. Alright, runner on third, 2 outs. Ensley Mullins is the next batter, 1-2. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos get out of that again. Still no score going into the bottom of the 4th. Luis Polonia is leading off the bottom of the 4th for us. Still facing Roger Clemens. 0-1. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Kirby Puckett is next. No count. That's it. Weakly to left, and that's cut by Millens for out number 2. Ruben Rivera now. No count. And that's a base hit down the line in left. I believe that's going to be extra bases. Yes, it is. It's a double for Ruben Rivera, so we have a runner in scoring position. There's 2 outs, though, so we need a base hit from Charles Johnson to score him. 1-0. Grounds it to third, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Yeah, speaking of hockey, after this stream, I'm going to take a short break, and then I'm going to do some franchise hockey manager later. It's the off season too, so it's not gonna be super exciting. I'm gonna be trying to bolster the team, and I'm gonna lose players to the expansion to the Sharks too. So that's gonna be fun. Alright, so top of the 5th, still no score. Pretty tight game, of course. Charlie Hayes leads off the 5th for the Reds, 3-1 to him. And he walks. I mean, because I can, because of his last name, doesn't mean that I will. Rick Wilkins is next, runner on first, nobody out. 3-0. Oh, he walks on 4 pitches, that's not good. Alright, so Gabe White getting into some trouble here in the top of the 5th. He walks the first 2 batters, and now Roger Clemens is the batter. Pretty sure he's gonna bunt. And he is. Another successful sacrifice for Roger Clemens. There's now 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out, and now we have Pokey Reese as the batter. Yeah. 1-2. Oh, struck out swinging. That's huge. That's huge. So now there's 2 outs. They absolutely need a base hit from Mike Devereaux. 1-0. That's it to left. Polonia's there. That's out number 3. So Gabe White walks the first 2 batters that he faces, but he gets out of the inning without any damage. We are going into the bottom of the 5th. Still no score. A pitcher's duel today. If I can, I should get Ed Ronan. No? Yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah, imagine having Gretzky and Ed Ronan both on the same team. Like, we would spend the entire game behind the other team's net. Alright, Jeff King leading off the bottom of the 5th. 2-2. That's it to right. And that's caught by O'Neill for out number 1. Hey, you never know who's going to score the game winner in Game 7 in overtime. You never know. Alright, Johnny Nutt is now the batter with 1 out. No count. He grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Jody Reed is next with 2 outs, 1-2. And he struck out swinging, so yet again, nothing to show for the Expos. Going into the top of the 6th, there's still no score here against the Reds. Barry Larkin leading off that inning for the Reds. 1-2. Oh, that's it weakly to the catcher. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Jim Tatum is next, 2-2. That's it to right. Oh, a diving catch by Ruben Rivera. What a play. That's out number 2. Now Paul O'Neill with 2 outs. Full count to him. And he walks. Alright, so a 2-out walk for the Reds. That brings up Ensley Mullins. 0-2. Struck out swinging. All right, we're still in it. Gabe White leading off the bottom of the 6th against Roger Clemens, 2-1. That's it to center, and that's cut by Devereaux for out number 1. Delino De Shields is next with 1 out, 3-1 to him. And he walks. All right, we have some wheels on the base path. So runner on first, 1 out. Luis Polonia is the batter. No count. Oh, pitch out, and he's nailed trying to steal. There goes our wheels. There's 2 outs now. Luis Polonia is still the batter, 1-1. That's it to left, and that's a base hit. Alright, so we get a base hit from Luis Polonia. The inning is still alive for the Expos. 2 outs. Kirby Puckett is the batter. No count. Polonia goes, and he's also nailed trying to steal. This is really poor base running by the Expos. And that's the end of the 6th inning for us. At top of the 7th, Charlie Hayes leading off for the Reds. No count. That's it to center. Kirby Puckett is there. That's out number 1. Rick Wilkins is next. 0-1. That's it to right. That's going to be a base hit that falls right in front of Ruben Rivera. So 1 out base hit for the Reds in the top of the 7th. And now we have Roger Clemens coming to the plate. No count, and he bunts, and that's going to be a 3rd successful sacrifice hit for Roger Clemens in this game. So now there's 2 outs, runner in scoring position. Pokey Reese is the batter. 0-2. Struck out swinging, oh yeah. Okay, Roger Clemens still on the mound for the Reds. Kirby Puckett leading off the bottom of the 7th. No count. That's popped foul. Yeah, Wilkins did catch it. That's out number 1. Ruben Rivera is next. 2-0 to him. That's it to left. Mullins after it, and that's out number 2. Alright, Charles Johnson with 2 outs now. No count. Grounds it to short. Barry Larkin with the throw. That's out number 3. Wow, going into the top of the 8th in Montreal. Still no score. I'm gonna continue with Gabe White for now. Mike Devereaux is the batter. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, Barry Larkin is next. He's 0 for 3. That's pretty good to keep him down to that so far. No count. That's popped to the catcher. Charles Johnson is there. That's out number 2. Now Jim Tatum is next. 0-2 to him. Struck out looking. Oh yeah. Still no score. We're going into the bottom of the 8th. Still Roger Clemens on the mound. Jeff King is the batter. 0-1. That's it to center. Devereaux after it. And he catches it for out number 1. Johnny Knott is next. 0-1. That's going to be a base hit to center. All right, we get a base runner now. Johnny Knott with the single. Jody Reed is next. Roger Clemens still on the mound. Full count. Jody Reed hits it weakly too short, and that's a double play. Well, crap. All right, top of the 9th. James Mouton comes in as a pinch hitter. One and 0 to him. That's it to right. Rivera's there, catches it for out number 1. Hensley Mullins is next. 1 and 0. Grounds it to short. The throw to first, and that's out number 2. Charlie Hayes now with 2 outs. 3-1 to him. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out for out number 3. Still no score. We're going into the bottom of the 9th. Alright, Roger Clemens is still on the mound. I'm going to bring in a pinch hitter. We're going to try to score here. I'm going to go with Brett Barbary. Gabe White pitched really well for us, especially since he's our number 5 starter. 1-2 to Barbary against Roger Clemens. He's still on the mound, and Barbary strikes out. Delino the Shields is next. No count. That's it to center. That falls in for a base hit. Let's not get out trying to steal this time. That'd be pretty nice. Runner on first, one out. Luis Polonia is the batter, 0-1. That's it to center. And pretty much right at Devro for out number 2. So now we need a solid base hit from Kirby Puckett with 2 outs. No count. That's it. Weekly as a liner, too short, and that's out number 3. Alright, no score going into the top of the 10th here. I think I'm gonna go with Katsumasa Ota. He has some stamina, he can pitch a couple innings. A lot of my pitchers are tired. Alright, so Ota's gonna be facing Rick Wilkins first. Top of the 10th, no score here at Olympic Stadium. 1-1. That's popped in foul territory. Johnny Nutt is there, that's out number 1. Roger Clemens is the next batter, 0-2 to him. Popped it to third. Jeff King is there, that's out number 2. Quinton McCracken is coming in as a pinch hitter, 1-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Alright, good inning by Ota. Nobody hit the ball past the infield or past the mound at this point. Bottom of the 10th, Rob Dibble comes in. That's not going to be any easier than against Roger Clemens. Ruben Rivera leads that off for us. Bottom of the 10th, 0-1 to him. That's it to left. Mullins is... Oh, wait, is it still Mullins? Yeah, and that's out number 1. Charles Johnson is next. Full count. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Jeff King now with 2 outs. Full count. Grounds it to short. I think that's going to be... Yes, it is an infield hit for Jeff King. So we get a base runner with 2 outs. And, now they're bringing in Paul Assenmaker, another pretty good pitcher, facing Johnny Nutt, so the lefty against the righty here. 2 outs, runner on first, no count. The runner goes, and he's safe. So Jeff King with his 3rd stolen base of the season. We now have a runner in scoring position, a base hit should score him. 3-0. And Johnny Nutt walks on 4 pitches. Alright, so we have runners on first and second. 2 outs. Jody Reed is the batter. No count. He drilled him. Now I have to make a decision. So there's... Bases are juiced. 2 outs. Yeah, I wanted for Ota to pitch a couple innings, but that changes things here. Oh god, who do I go with? I don't have a great right bat. I have Russ McGinnis, but he's my backup catcher. I'm gonna bring in Ken Terebick because he has more power against lefties than he does against righties. And I'm gonna hope for the best. Ken Terebick, bases loaded, bottom of the 10th, 2 outs. Paul Assenmaker, the pitcher, 1-0. And that's it. Oh, dear God. Alright, grand slam for Ken Terebick. Walk-off grand slam, that is. Wow. What a way to end the game. And we win 4-0 in the bottom of the 10th thanks to a walk-off grand slam by Ken Terebick. That's pretty freaking amazing. And just like that, we're back into the win column. So our little skid, the little 3-game losing streak is over. Alright, somebody else had a good game over there. Looks like Scott Atterberg had a 5-hit game. He went 5 for 8. Nice little game at the plate right there. Right, we're gonna go ahead and finish today. Alright, no more news. Now I'm gonna go ahead and check what I didn't check before the previous game, and it's to look at their injuries in Cincinnati. So Cincinnati, with that loss, they are now 22-18. That's still a pretty decent record. So with our win, looks like the Braves and the Phillies both lost. No, wait, the Braves won, the Phillies lost. So Braves and Phillies are tied, and we're only 1 game behind now. So another win here could put us back at first, maybe. So it is going to be very competitive because the Mets are not that far behind us either, and they have a pretty good team. So yeah. All right, let's take a look at their injuries. I didn't do that. Okay, so Mike Devereaux's playing hurt, as we have seen. Dave Rode, oh god, yeah, he's not about to come back. He has a torn ACL. He's out for 9 to 10 months. Mark Langston, he's also out for 7 months. We're not about to see him. And Kip Gross is also hurt. Not gonna see him either. Alright, so for game 2 of this 2-game series, we're going to be facing John Burkett, and we are going to be sending Hideo Nomo, who is still undefeated this year. Now, John Burkett, okay. He had a pretty tough season last season. Not great. And he's kind of struggling a little bit this year as well, so hopefully we can take it to him and maybe win. Alright, so I have a few players that are kind of tired. We're going to need to address that. Then tomorrow we have a day off, so everybody should feel pretty good about themselves after that. So we're facing a righty in John Burkett. So I guess I'm going to play Barbary at third. And we're going to play McGinnis at catcher, of course. Now, do I want to change any of that? Yeah, I think maybe go like this. Alright, so the Reds are going to go with Pokey Reese, Barry Larkin, Jim Tatum, Paul O'Neill, Scott Bryant is going to be playing in left, Mike Devereaux, Charlie Hayes, John Burkett is batting 8, and Rick Wilkins batting 9th here. So oh, Bobby Cox. Oh, that's why Bobby Cox is in his profile in the game is really strong with using the pitcher as the 8th hitter. Alright, so pretty much the same lineup except Scott Bryant plays in left instead of Ansley Mullins. So other than that, it's pretty much the same lineup. Just shuffled around a little bit because we had a lefty on the mound in the previous game. Alright, so go Expos and play ball! Right, Pokey Reese leading off the inning here and the game against Hideo Nomo, 2-2. That's going to be an infield single. Alright, so the Reds get on board with their first batter of the game. So runner on first, nobody out for Barry Larkin, 2-2 to him. And he struck out looking. Alright, runner on first, 1 out for Jim Tatum, 1-2. Struck out swinging. Paul O'Neill now with 2 outs. Runner on first, no count, runner goes, and he's safe. So that's 6 stolen bases for Pokey Reese this season. Full count to Paul O'Neill. and he struck out looking. Alright, so after a base hit, Hideo Nomo strikes out the side, and it is now 0-0 going into the bottom of the first. John Burkett on the mound for the Reds. The line with the Shields leading up for us, 1-2 to him. That's it to left. Bryant is there for out number 1. Kirby Puckett now. Full count to him. And he walks. Right, runner on the first. 1 out for John Kruk. No count. That's it to left. Pretty weakly. Bryant is there. That's out number 2. Alright, so runner on first, 2 outs for Ken Terebick, the hero from the previous game. Full count. That's it to right. And that's going to be cut there by O'Neill for out number 3. No score after 1 here at Olympic Stadium. Going into the top of the second, Scott Bryant leading it off for the Reds. No count to him. Grounds it to second. The throw to first, and he's out for out number 1. Mike Devereaux now, 1-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Charlie Hayes with 2 outs, no count. Grounds it to short, throws it to first, and that's out number 3. Bottom of the second, Ruben Rivera the batter. Full count. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Russ McGinnis now, no count to him. Oh, that's it pretty well to left. Actually, that's out of here. That's a solo blast for Russ McGinnis that gives us the lead, 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Walt Weiss now the batter. With 1 out, 2 and 1. Grounds it to third. That's thrown to first for out number 2. Brett Barbary now. Full count to him. Grounds it to first, and he's out for out number 3. But the Expos get on the board. They are up 1-0 thanks to a solo blast by Russ McGinnis. Top of the third, John Burkett leading that off for the Reds. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Rick Wilkins is next. 1-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Pookie Reese now with 2 outs, 1-0. Grounds it to short. That's a good throw to first, and that's out number 3. Nothing to show for the Reds in the top of the third. We are going into the bottom of the third with Hideo Nomo leading that off for us. 1-0. It's it weakly to center. Devereaux's there. That's out number 1. Delino the Shields is next. No count. Oh, he got it. Alright, so free base runner for the Expos. Runner on first, 1 out. Kirby Puckett is the batter. No count to him. And he got drilled as well. We're going to start a brawl here if that keeps on going on. We're going to send John Kruk with his mullet to terrorize the opposition. Alright, 2 runners on, 1 out. John Kruk is the batter. 2-0. Grounds it to short, and that's a double play. Alright. Alright, top of the fourth, Barry Larkin leading that off for the Reds. 0-2. That's a base hit to left. Alright, so single for Barry Larkin to lead off the fourth. Now Jim Tatum is the batter. 1-2. Struck out looking. Take a seat. Paul O'Neill now. Full count. Struck out swinging. Wow, Hideo Nomo is on point today. Scott Bryant is the next batter. 2 outs, runner on first, 1-1. Oh, that's a liner to first. That's cut by Terebick, and that's out number 3. The Expos are still up 1-0 going into the bottom of the 4th. Terebick leading off against John Burkett, 1-1. That's it to center. That's cut by Devereaux for out number 1. Ruben Rivera now. 2-2 to him. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. Alright, so A's eats up. Oh, it was a broken bat. There. So, infield single for Ruben Rivera. Runner on first, 1 out. Russ McGinnis is the next batter. He already has a home run in this game. No count to him. Oh, the runner goes. There's no throw. And that's going to be Ruben Rivera's 7th stolen base of the season. So now we have a runner in scoring position, 1 out, 2-2 to Russ McGinnis. Come on, man. And that's it to left. That's a base hit. That's going to be extra bases, too. That should score a run. And that's a double for Russ McGinnis, and it is 2-0 for the Expos. Russ McGinnis having a really good game so far. Walt Weiss is now the next batter. Runner in scoring position, 1 out, no count. That's it to right. Should be pretty easy to get for O'Neill, and it was. That's out number 2. Brett Barbary the batter now. No count. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. All right, infield single for Brett Barbary. So there's runners on first and third, 2 outs. However, we have Hideo Nomo as our batter now. 0-2 to him. And he struck out looking. All right, Hideo Nomo still on the mound for us, obviously. Mike Devereaux is the batter in the top of the 5th for the Reds. 1-2. Strikeout swinging. Charlie Hayes is now the batter with 1 out, 2-2. Strikeout swinging. That's the 10th strikeout of the game for Hideo Nomo. John Burkett is now the batter. 2 outs, 1-2 to him. Strikeout swinging. Wow. 11 strikeouts for Hideo Nomo. Now keep in mind this is his rookie season. I think we have our ace, folks. We haven't really had an ace since I started this. Alright, Delino the Shields now the batter, bottom of the 5th. We are up 2-0. John Burkett is still on the mound for the Reds. 3-1 for the Shields. That's going to be an infield single. Alright, so single for the Shields. Kirby Puckett is next. No count. That's it to center. That's cut by Devereaux. That's 1 out. John Kruk is next with a runner on first, 1 out, no count. The Shields is going, and he's safe. That's his 12th stolen base of the season. Runner in scoring position now for John Kruk, 0-1. That's it, and that falls in for a base hit. Is that going to be deep? Yes, it is. That scores the Shields, and it is now a 3-0 lead for the Expos. Alright, 3-0 for the Expos. Bottom of the 5th. Terebick is the batter. Runner on first, 1 out. Full count. And he walks. Alright, John Burkett here. Not having an especially great 5th inning. So 2 on, 1 out. Ruben Rivera is the batter now. 1-0. That's it to right, and that's cut there by O'Neill for out number 2. The runners do not advance on the play, so now there's 2 outs. We need a base hit from who else? Russ McGinnis. He already has 2 RBIs today. He's 2 for 2, and he has a solo blast. 1-1. Oh, not this time. It's popped and that's cut. No, that's dropped. Okay. Pokey Reese drops it. That's still no RBIs for McGinnis, but he's safe at first on the error. So now the bases are loaded. 2 outs. Walt Weiss is the batter. 0-1. That's it to left, and it looks like it's going to get cut by Bryant, and it is for out number 3. Expos add 1 run to their lead. It is now 3-0 Montreal at Olympic Stadium. Top of the 6th, Rick Wilkins is going to be leading off that inning against Hideo Nomo. 2-2. Struck out swinging. That's strikeout number 12 for Hideo Nomo. Pokey Reese now. 1-2 to him. Grounds it to third, and that goes through. That's going to be an extra base hit, I believe. Yes, it is. That's a double for Pokey Reese. Right, so runner in scoring position, 1 out for Barry Larkin. 1-1. That's it weakly to center. Kirby Puckett after it. Catches it for out number 2. So now the Reds need a base hit from Jim Tatum to score the run. There's 2 outs, no count. Grounds it to third. Barbary with the throw, that's out number 3. Alright. Bottom of the 6th, we're still up 3-0. John Burkett is still on the mound for the Reds. Brett Barbary, first one to face him in the 6th here. 1-2. Grounds it to first, and that's out number 1. Hideo Nomo is next. 0-2 to him. Struck out, and the ball eludes the catcher, but Nomo is thrown out at first for out number 2. 2 outs for the line with the Shields, full count. Grounds it to third. A's with the throw, that's out number 3. Expos go down in order in inning number 6. We are going into the top of the 7th. We are still up 3-0. Paul O'Neill to face up Hideo Nomo. Face off against him, 1-1. Grounds it to second, and he's out for out number 1. Reggie Jefferson comes in as a pinch hitter now for the Reds. 1-2. Struck out looking. That's gonna drive a manager nuts. You bring in somebody as a pinch hitter and he doesn't even swing the bat. That's not good. Mike Devereaux now with 2 outs, no count. Oh, that's a base hit to center. All right, that looked like a ball to me, but hey, he swung at it and got a hit. So runner on first, 2 outs. Charlie Hayes is the batter. 2-0. Oh, the runner goes, and he is out. Mike Devereaux here tried his luck, and McGinnis nailed him. That's the end of the inning, bottom of the 7th. John Burkett still on the mound for the Reds. Kirby Puckett leading off the inning for us. No count. That's it to center. That's going to be extra bases all the way to the fence. That's going to be a double for Kirby Puckett, so that's a nice way to lead off an inning. Alright, so runner at second base, nobody out. John Kruk is the batter, 2-2. Oh, that's it really well, I think. That's a home run. I wasn't too sure. So 2-run blast for John Kruk over the right center fence. It is now 5-0 for the Expos. Alright, we're looking good. Alright, so the Reds had enough. They are bringing in Eric Moody as a reliever. First one to face him is going to be Ken Terebick. Still no outs here in inning number 7. 1-2 to Terebick. Struck out swinging. Ruben Rivera is next. No count to him. No, that's a liner that's caught at first by Tatum for out number 2. Russ McGinnis now. Full count. 2 outs. That's it. All the way to the fence in center left. That's going to be extra bases. And that's a double for McGinnis. Alright, so runner in scoring position, 2 outs for Walt Weiss, full count. That's it weakly in foul territory. Charlie Hayes is there, that's out number 3. Expos had 2 more runs thanks to a 2-run blast by John Kruk. We are now going into the top of the 8th with Charlie Hayes leading off that inning for the Reds. 2-1 to him. Grounds it to short. Thrown out at first for out number 1. James Mouton is next. Comes in as a pinch hitter. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Rick Wilkins is next. 2-2. Struck out swinging as well. That's it in the 8th inning for the Reds, who are starting to run out of outs. We are going into the bottom of the 8th, up 5-0. Dennis Fletcher is now the pitcher for the Reds. Brett Barbary is the batter for us. 0-2 to Barbary. That's it weekly to first. And Tatum doesn't have to move, and that's out number 1. Hideo Nomo is the batter. I'm going to keep him in the game, of course. He's on pace for a complete game. Oh, I shouldn't talk about it. I'm going to jinx him. He's pitching well enough to stay in the game. Let's just put it that way. Hideo Nomo now, 1 out. 1-2 to him. Struck out looking. Delino the Shields now with 2 outs, 1-1. Grounds it to third, and that's the 3rd out of the game. The inning, sorry. Would be true if it would have been the bottom of the 1st. It would have been the 3rd out of the game for sure, but yeah. Alright, Pokey Reese leading off the 9th for the Reds. We are up 5-0. We're keeping Hideo Nomo on the mound. You just have to look at his stats to figure out why. 1-2. Struck out swinging. That's 16 strikeouts for Hideo Nomo. Barry Larkin now with 1 out, 0-2. That's popped to second base, and the Shields catches it for out number 2. 2 outs. Jim Tatum, the last out for the Reds, 0-2 to him. Oh, that's an opposite field base hit for Tatum. So the Reds are still alive here in inning number 9. 2 outs, runner on first. Paul O'Neill is now the batter. No count to O'Neill. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. This is a complete game shutout for Hideo Nomo, where he struck out 16 batters and didn't walk any, and he allowed 5 hits. This is a ridiculously good performance. If JT Dutch watches that, I'm sure he's going to be happy, him being a Dodgers fan in real life. So Hideo Nomo, of course, playing for the Dodgers. So maybe he's going to like that performance for Nomo. And we get a news item about it. Nomo fashions shutout against the Reds. 16 strikeout. Woo. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and finish today, see if anything happens. I'm gonna go ahead and save. I'm a little paranoid. Now I want to check to see if there's been some transactions for us. Just minor league shuffling, so I don't really care about that too much. Now we're off today. Alright, and now we're gonna have a 3-game series in Houston, as it would appear. Yeah, 3 games in Houston and then another day off. Alright, so yeah, we're still third. We're a game and a half behind the Braves now, so Braves overtook over the Phillies in the East. We are a game and a half behind. So we're still in it. The Mets are still breathing down our necks, so we cannot get too complacent there. So despite winning our last 2 games, we still haven't made a whole lot of room. Okay, looks like we got a couple injuries in the minors there. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and save again. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here for today, so we're gonna just do those 2 games against the Reds. Next time out is gonna be a 3-game series against the Astros in Houston. Looks like the Astros are struggling a little bit, so maybe we can win that series. We'll see. So that's gonna be it for today. So as usual, I want to thank you for tuning in, and if you're catching this on YouTube later and you like the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. Until I roll this game again, I'll see you folks next time. Thank you.